Mérida is located in the state of Yucatan, and it is the largest city in the Yucatan Peninsula, a region comprised of 3 states, Quintana Roo, Campeche, and of course, Yucatan itself. Mérida is also labeled as one of the safest cities in all of Americas. For many years, it's been known to be a safe city for both locals and tourists due to the low crime and high arrest rates. The city invested a lot in security such as surveillance and well-trained police officers that are constantly patrolling the streets to keep the city safe. In fact, there are checkpoints before entering and leaving the city 24/7. Aside from safety, the city itself is rich with history, a vibrant culture, beautiful architecture, and many more. If you're looking for the Mérida Travel Guide, well, you've come to the right place. Before we jump right into it, make sure you hit that like button down below, and if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel to see more travel guides like these, and share this video to your family, friends, or whoever is planning on going to Mérida, because I'm sure they will find value in this video as well. In all fairness, for me it's warm throughout the year in Mexico, especially comparing it to where I live, Canada. But from March to May, these are your months of the hot and dry season. From June through September is what many would call the wet season. It may rain heavily here or there, but you do still get the sunny breaks. And then from October through February, these are your cooler months. It's warm but not as hot as when March rolls around. For me personally, this is actually my ideal time to visit as the weather is bearable, especially if you're the type that gets way too hot easily. You may want to travel during this time instead of March through May. There are several reasons why Mérida is so attractive. This city has been voted as the cultural capital of Latin America. It was the first ever cultural capital in the year 2000, and then once again in 2017, making it the only city to be awarded the title twice. If you're a culture buff, this city is filled with many unique cultural events. Mérida is also a good base to visit well-known sites, or if you want to check out hidden gems or other cenotes near the area, you most definitely have that option too. Unlike the tourist hotspots of Cancun and Playa del Carmen, Mérida's service is very different as it's not as run down yet. Tourism is growing fairly fast here though, so it's better to come sooner than later. To add on to that, since Mérida is not overrun by tourists just yet, there's not that many big chain hotels or resorts here like in Cancun or Tulum. Instead, you have these very cool, chic, modern looking boutiques which are popular accommodations around here for tourists. These colonial style, picturesque accommodation will make your stay that much more unique in the city. But not to worry though, there are boutique options for every budget. Gastronomy is another big reason to visit the city. There are many dishes unique to the city of Mérida that you can't get anywhere else in Mexico. The nightlife here is also amazing. Did I mention how safe it is in the city yet? Because if you're a night owl finding yourself having to walk later in the evening, it is fairly safe for you to do just that. Unfortunately, I can't get deeper about the nightlife and tell you where to go just because when I came here, I came during the pandemic, so there were curfews every single night and such, but I hope when you go, the restrictions would be lifted by then. Mérida has an airport, so you could fly here directly if you like, but if you would like to go by land from another city in Mexico, I highly suggest taking Arjay. Many tourists use this bus service to get from one city to another in Mexico. It's affordable, safe, and just overall makes your trip that much easier. Once you're in the city, you could either rent a car, taxi, or get an Uber. If you're staying around the downtown area, everything is going to be within walking distance. If you don't want to walk, well, you can also rent a bike for the day. Now, as I break down the daily budget here in the city, do keep in mind that the cost everywhere fluctuates and or that it goes up due to inflation. This breakdown is just giving you a rough guesstimate of how things are here. If you're a backpacker on a budget, you're most likely going to be staying at hostels, and the hostels around here are on an average of 8 to 10 Canadian dollars or 6 to 7 US dollars. As we go check out hotels, hotels tend to be more expensive and they're usually around 30 plus Canadian dollars or 23 plus US dollars. Obviously anything a bit more higher end, it's just going to cost a bit more. As for food, if we're looking at 3 meals a day, on an average, it will cost you 25 Canadian dollars or 19 US dollars. Then I would tack on 20 Canadian dollars or 15 US dollars just for entertainment and miscellaneous things. So if we tally all of that up, you're looking at about 55 Canadian dollars or 43 US dollars per day. You can definitely get by with this budget on a daily. There are many things to do in the city as well as outside of the city. And the first up on the list is to see a jarana, a cultural dance straight from Mérida. You can catch one in downtown Mérida, and there's also a couple of them, and here's the lineup. If you're a history buff and you want to learn more about the city of Mérida, you might want to look into joining a free walking tour, and this is located in Plaza Grande. And even though this is a free walking tour, tips are welcome, and I highly suggest giving a little bit of something to your guide just to show appreciation for his time or her time. As I mentioned before, if you're going to be staying in downtown Mérida, which is most likely what you're going to do, and I highly suggest staying in downtown Mérida anyways, everything is just going to be within walking distance from where you are. Now here's a list of the places that you need to see in downtown Mérida. There's Arco de San Juan, Catedral de Mérida, Parque Santa Lucia, Casas Gemelas, Casa Azul, Quinta Montes Molina, Paseo de Montejo, El Pinar, Monumento a la Patria. I also suggest going here at night because it lights up and it's just very beautiful. And there's Mercado 60. As for the museums and theaters, there's the Museum of the City of Mérida, there's Jose Peyon Contreras. And then also, as for food, you need to try a cochinita. This is a type of food that's unique to the Yucatan area only. Now here's the things to do around or near Mérida. And first on the list, I'm probably going to be butchering this because even when I was there, I wasn't confident in saying this, but it is the ruins in Jibital Tun. And it's very beautiful. It's about 27 kilometers away from Mérida, or a 30-minute drive. If you want to take a break from the city and hit up a beach, Progreso is probably the best beach to go to. It's about 43 kilometers away from Mérida, or a 40-minute drive. Next up on the list is another ruin site, and it's at Oxkintok, and it is 72 kilometers away from Mérida, or a 1 hour and 10-minute drive. Next is Izamal, and this is a cute little town. Everything here is yellow, and you want to visit Convento de San Antonio de Padua. It's about 68 kilometers away from Mérida, or a 60-minute drive. If you want to check out another city that's near Mérida, there's Valladolid. This is also one of my favorite cities in the Yucatan area. This is just about 2 hours away from Mérida, and trust me, it is worth it to check this out even just for the day. The next on your list is Las Coloradas, and this is in Rio Lagartos. It's about 233 kilometers away from Mérida, or a 3-hour drive. Now there are a lot of cenotes within 44 kilometers away from Mérida, so I'm not gonna mention all of it just because there's so much, but what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pinpoint them on this map and just take a screenshot of this video. But basically the closest one is only within an hour away from the city. That wraps up my Mérida travel guide. If you're still on the fence after this video, you shouldn't be. This city offers a unique experience like no other in Mexico. If you're already in the Yucatan area or you're traveling around it, I highly suggest you check out Mérida. You can thank me later. As always, safe travels, and like I said, give this video a big thumbs up. It's gonna help this video's algorithm, as it's gonna push this video out to people who are looking for travel tips just like yourselves. So make sure you take the time to give this video a big thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll catch you in the next video.
¡Claro que sí!